This is not a fun topic to talk about. Not at all. So I'm not gonna be on like these saying, oh, this how you do this, how you do this. I will get right into it. I won't waste much of your time because this is not fun. This is not fun to talk about. It's not fun to make money out of your urgency and scarcity. So why should you listen to me? Well, in this video, everything I will share will have be something I've been struggling on for the last year, 2 years, perhaps even more. And everything in this video will have been tried and tested. Experimentation on myself has been my kind of hobby, and I do this because I want to actually know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't want to be like those guys just copying other guys, not having even tried it in my real life. Like, the thing I'm telling you right now will be real takeaways that I did not pull from my ass, that I pulled from experience. So, there was a normal day. I came home tired, as usual. I shut the front door, poof! And then I shut this door right there. I don't even know if you can see it, but in my room, poof! And then, first thing I did, I ran. Click on the computer, click on the monitor screen, do this. So the first thing I did, run to my computer. First thing I did when my computer turned on, Chrome as fast as possible. My account, YouTube, 9anime, whatever I turned on. And then I take a break like an hour or two later. Like, now I've been sitting here, I watched like 3-4 episodes, I've done my usual. So I walk into the kitchen and I feel a bit hungry, I feel a bit kind of a little bored. I want something to do with this. So I walk into the kitchen and then I'm on this expecting high dopamine. So I went into the kitchen and expecting another high. So yeah, I go to the counter, I go to the cabin thingy, and then I take out a bread package. And this bread package, Hönöbröd they're called, this is what I binged a lot with. So I take 10 of these guys, and like half the bread package. Favorite binge food, put it on a plate, and then put the plate right on this table where I would binge anime, right? And then I watch away and watch away and watch away. Time ticked, time kicked. And after a while, it looked like zombie eyes. Zombie eyes, zombie lifeless eyes. And then, of course, it had to happen. The unpleasant thought of having to study. I don't know where. Oh yes, I guess I have test in 3 days, don't I? Well, I will manage, whatever. And then I kept up my supposedly fun activity and sacrificed my sport, my friendship, and my schoolwork for it. The height of my life was eating bread while rewatching the same anime, the same series for the 10th time. And then, as a gamer and a addict does, he sacrifices sleep for it. This is a common symptom of gamers, of anime addicts, of drinking out addicts. They always come home like 2-3 a.m. They sleep when their brain is turning off. They don't sleep because they have a routine. They sleep because your brain is literally turning their consciousness off. So now imagine for yourself. Imagine sacrificing your purpose in life and your sleep, which you feel like shit being sleep deprived every day. Sacrificing your general health, your fitness and whatever. And you feel shit, brain fog, all these things. Sacrificing all your life for rewatching the same fucking show and eating bread all day for the millionth time. So it's not weird that It was 4 a.m. when I went checking that day. 4 a.m. it said. I had lost so much time. And then I had an alarm going 7 a.m. to get ready for school. 3 hours of sleep. 3 hours of sleep while being full of bread, like 20 fucking bread. You don't understand? Then my family, my parents needs to buy bread every other day because you had some kid benching them. Felt like shit when I woke up. And then you know what felt like shit in the morning does? Sleep in or whatever. And something else might happen in the bed, something releasing that libido thingy. That might have happened sometimes. It's not weird. And then as a nice, normal human being, I went to the school with the same clothes. The same clothes I've been, to 4 a.m. Oh my god! With dirty clothes, without a shower. And then, once I exited the main door, the main gate, I was hurting. It was the sun's rays, you know? The sun's, the man's greatest gamer's greatest enemy. Anime addict's greatest enemy is the sun when they actually need to get outside. So the sun was kind of like, I haven't experienced the sun for quite a while, so it was penetrating my skin. It's hurting, man. And at the time, it was not a pleasant feeling. The feeling of being rejuvenated, of getting my health back by viewing the sunlight. Oh no, that didn't feel that good. I had other problems in my life. So I go to school, take my bus or whatever, and of course I needed stimulation 24/7. It's like an addict, right? So I put on some music and anime opening, max volume. And then I get to my desk, setting myself down, and now, of course, as a sleep deprived, carb eating guy, I would fall in and out of sleep. And this was during the lectures, during the reading, and yes, I would only register about 1% of what the teacher said. Great! I learned nothing by going here. But if I didn't go here, then I would spend 24/7 watching anime and have nothing with my life. I would not even be a shut-in, I would be worse. I would be fat, shut-in. Oh shit. And then they were, why are you falling asleep when you read this book? Is there something wrong with you? Or no, they said like, I don't know, didn't you sleep well? And I'm like, yeah, I slept well. Because 3 hours for me was good sleep. Like there were days I went all-nighters. It's insane, bro. You'd understand, man. Oh my gosh. Looking back, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm laughing now because it's so fucking stupid. I was literally trying to figure out, why do I struggle to read? Why do you struggle to read? We have 20 hours of anime per day. You sleep for max 3 hours. You eat 20 breads a day. If I just had the knowledge. And then I felt so much like shit. Because I didn't fit in the normal world. Because I wasn't a normal person. I wasn't your normal guy. No, I wasn't. So, I used to go to the toilet furthest from my classroom. Because, you know, we have heard these, what are they called? Rumors that there was someone jacking off in this school. And that was not because of me, I think. But then I would kind of do the same. So I went to the classroom furthest away. If I knew I was going to find it, I was going to feeling like shit back then. So yeah, at least 2 times per break. Normal, right? Yeah. And then when school ended, this never-ending loop, 2 times a break, jerking off, and went home, maybe jerking off 5 times before bed, and watching anime for 15 hours while eating one package of bread each day, maybe chicken nuggets as well, because chicken nuggets, bread, nothing else was in my palate, right? So I only ate junk and carbs. That's the only thing that fit in my damn stomach. And for some reason, after years of this loop, it didn't break me. Perhaps it was because I was still a young boy. But the first chance of a change, I took it. Not only did I take the chance, I desperately reached for it. Education saved my life. And that is also a reason why I'm so passionate about these full guides. Because this is my story. This was my daily life in grade school. This was 2-3 years ago. It was still pretty shit a year ago, even 2 years ago. But 3 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, this was my daily life. And I was actually lucky. I was lucky that education showed up when I was scrolling on YouTube one day. So yeah, we can all talk about the dangers of social media, whatever. And yeah, there is some dangers to it, but it also saved my life. This is where everything started for me. The story I've told you about was me 2-3 years ago, as I said. And that will never happen. Maybe 5-10 years later, but the thing that actually changed me at that time was this. Finding this random YouTube video that really helped me. So education, YouTube videos saved my life. And I want to do this full, guys, because I don't have edits. I don't try to destroy your attention, but I don't do all this. I distill all the knowledge. I share my darkest secrets. Because I think you can relate to perhaps some of them, and you are fed up. And you're at the stage where I was 2-3 years ago, where you desperately take whatever thing you can do to balance or save your life in some ways. So I'm gonna walk you through these 5 steps today. How most people use technology. 2, the dangers of technology. 3, how to minimize tech usage. What to keep, what to replace with. 4, how to use technology optimally and not let it control you. 5, implementations you can do right now. So I'll walk you through first how most people use technology. So you see, most people, they're in school or whatever. I guarantee you, when you walk into that gate or the main school entrance, there is always guys. If you're in grade school or you're in kindergarten or whatever, you're in these low classes, then you will have kids running around, speaking to each other, being social, being happy. They run around, they scream, they look happy, amazing. But when you walk into a high school or when you walk into late grade school, teenagers or whatever, you see this. You see this. I guarantee you that the majority of people are just this. They're TikToking. TikTok is literally more popular now than Instagram. They literally use it. It's like the number 1 app. Like, the statistics might say, no, it's actually Instagram, it's actually this. But when I go into school, I see everyone on TikTok. And I see every other class on TikTok. I see everyone on the streets on TikTok. I see them on TikTok when they're trying to walk past the traffic lights. I see TikTok in cars. You're not supposed to have your phone while you're driving. It's illegal in Sweden, at least, where I live, and these fun breaks, they're detrimental. And I will talk about them later. I will talk about them here. My second step. And you see all these people, they reward themselves. They take ice cream after a hard day's work. They do this and whatever. Yeah, it might work for them, but they do this. But they might check TikTok, right? I'm a bit bored of TikTok now, so they go on their whatever gaming YouTube channel, check. Oh, I got some more views. Oh my god! Oh, another dopamine hit. And then they go on analytics on their game. Oh, what mission today? What mission can I do? Is there a raid today? They do all this, and then they go on internet and see how to be productive. Top 10 ways to be productive. And then they click on that clickbait video with dopamine edits. It's the only video they can watch because TikTok is like the thing they reach for. It's like an extension of their arm, damn TikTok. So they need something hyper edited, right? And then they click on that video and they say, top 1 best thing you can do, Pomodoro technique. And then people do Pomodoro technique is like work for half an hour, then take a half an hour break, and then work a little. And then they set a timer. I'm gonna work for 30 hours. And then when they get into the flow, which I don't think they do because people don't have attention span. But imagine those people who actually have good. Imagine if I did Pomodoro technique. What do you think that would do for me? I would have to run around, going outside, getting back to work, running outside. I would never get the work done. Because when I am my best, it's like an hour in after my work. When I get best in my deep work, my scripting or whatever, I can only sit there for 3 hours. I'm like, holy shit, it's already 7. Because I went home, I think it was 4 or whatever yesterday. I woke at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. I just worked for 3 hours straight without any break. I just, it's 7 already. It's like when you sleep, it's like it went really fucking quickly. And I did a whole script. And this video took hours to script as well. I just went into the flow and I scripted. But you always break the flow with this tactic. And many people once haven't completed a day, whether it was a hard day or an easy day. Death scroll until their brain forces them to fall asleep, just like the video gamer. 3 a.m. you cannot even be awake anymore. You're like, yeah, I'm sleeping. Good. You see? You can't even... You sleep when your brain is turning off. Your brain. It's weird. And I think a big reason why people do this death scroll, well, one reason is because they're addicted, obviously. But I think another reason is they hate their life. They're masking the symptoms of they fucking hate school. They fucking hate their shit job. They fucking hate this and that in their life. And I can somewhat agree. I am still going to school. I have made it better. I've been able to find a place where I can work undisturbed. But I get it. The 20 people talking all bullshit all the time and you don't understand, you don't fit in, you just want to get your work done like me. I'm just want to work. I'm this monk mode protocol. Just want to work. Most people, they hate that. They hate this school. Like, even though they're deluded, their brains are not working because they're full of carbs, they're low attention span, they have literally ADHD and all these things. They still see no benefit in school anyways because they don't even work that hard in it. It's just a waste of time. It's just a time where they can spend doing nothing productive at all. And that's probably a reason why most people talk all the time in class, because school is fucking useless. And if you're gonna be there for hours, you better use it socially or whatever. I don't think they have that in the mind. Like, I'm not gonna waste time. I think that's just natural how fucking boring school is. And the technology and death scroll, or video games, for example, is a place where you have made progress. You might be a dragon slayer, a guild master in game, you have made progress and you feel comfortable. It's your world. This world is World of Warcraft. It's my real world. It's all this stuff. It's like escapism. This is the better world than one you're living right now. In real life, you're like this shit posture. You're skinny. You don't feel good. You don't feel confident. You can't even focus for that long. You hate your life. You hate school. You hate all this stuff, and you hate the harsh real world that you're experiencing day for day. And it's also mean to communicate. Social media, you like pictures, you text people. Sometimes you maybe call, but you text people in the guild. You go on Discord with you guys when you play a raid or whatever you do. So I can understand in a way. And then people also like to have their phone in their pocket, which we can talk about the dangers of that. But the thing is that there was once, I think I remember, about a year and a half ago, or nah, not a half or 1 year ago, some months ago at least, I heard just from one of my classmates. She said like that her phone was like a part of her body. It's like an extension of her arm. It's like an organ of her body. She literally said this by her own words, that it was an organ of her body, and it was a part of her body. We have gotten to a stage where phone has become a new body part, a new organ in our body. Not only is it a new organ and a new innovation, it controls your life. And the problem is that it's not useless, because it acts as a holy text. You can Google anything you want, your issues in life, you can go on social media, you can do anything. It's limitless, and that is a problem. And because it's used for these many things, you will use it all the time, because it has various uses for everything, for Google Maps, for your friends, for calling, for stimulation, for security. It's like a part of your body now. And every time you have this ding notification or whatever, you click on it because you want to see, oh, someone liked your picture, oh, how many likes they have now, oh. And then you end up as last time, like every time you death scroll on Instagram or TikTok when someone likes this and this and that, and then after you've checked all the messages, you go on a reel scroll and a TikTok scroll. Your brain, you're literally developing your brain, you're teaching your brain to rely on high dopamine and stimulation. And you won't stop until you literally yourself tells yourself to stop. And they also have actually important things. That's not only bullshit things. They actually have fitness tracker. They have a phone if someone calls an emergency, or if you need to call an emergency. And then you have things you perhaps even need to search up, and something to check the time. Like, there are some good uses as well. 2. The dangers of technology. This is something I've learned, and something I have seen myself, and I have, when I was aware of how it was affecting me, I was actually seeing it for myself. Like, I know this is the truth here, and it's a sad truth, but literally being with technology makes you naturally more introverted and autistic. There are people online talking about, I'm extroverted, introverted. Honestly, I can't say, oh, it's false, it's a myth, it's this. I don't know exactly. But what I do know is that people on technology get more introverted. So perhaps, this is a ludicrous statement, but perhaps it can be that many introverts, or what they're calling themselves introverts, is more introverted, or at least never seeking human social connection, because in a weird way they fulfill that need by being on social media, but they're really not, because they don't feel good, they don't feel socialized, they don't feel like they have a good social life, but they kind of in a way fill that need, or at least tone it down when you're in social media and on technology. And in turn, it makes you more autistic in that way. And a real big problem with this is that you don't seek that urgency. You don't seek the urgency to seek out people to do all this experience life, because you have everything. You have your dopamine, your high in life. You have your connections, stimulation to friends. You have all this stuff on this phone. So everything you possibly need in life is on this phony thingy. And the urgency to feel something, to experience joy in real life, such as working on a hard task and getting real friends who are similar to you, it is half fulfilled those desires. And because they're half filled, you don't have the same urgency. You still feel like shit, but you no, not the urgency to do these things that you need to fill the void with. And yeah, naturally, as a result, you will not converse as much. And empathy and gratitude comes from experiencing life. Empathy comes from listening to people, relating to their pains. You will not get this if you're not conversing with people. And gratitude, why are you grateful? Why would you be grateful? You have everything you need here. You're grateful if your life is shit and someone helped it, and you will be genuinely grateful. So all this empathy, gratitude, your social skills, you will be more introverted, less empathetic, and less gratitude, and you will not live as you're supposed to. And technology in general is a distraction. And most people, I'm telling you, yeah, you can use technology for something, but I'm telling you that the vast majority of people, like 90, maybe even more percent, is using it as a distraction, as a numbing of your real life pains. So it's a good distraction. You're working full time, you hate your job. And the problem with this is that it's not fixing your root problem. Because sure, it might mask the symptoms. You might temporarily feel less like shit. But then when you get back next day, you feel like shit. Or maybe in the evening, you feel like shit because, oh, next day I'm back to hell again. You're escaping from the hell, and you don't have the urgency to fix the hell. That's the problem. Yeah, it is an escape, no doubt about that. But it injures yourself, makes your life worse. Temporarily, it's good. But that's very temporarily. The day after, or in the evening, it makes your life worse than when you came home, and your life is already really, really shit. So, everyone do this. They spend all their leisure time into these things that would kind of numb the pain you feel. That's why drinking your sorrows away is a popular statement and a popular thing they did in the old days, because they traditional masculine people, they hate their life. It's no wonder they're drunkards, drink every single night, because they hate their job, but they need to work, and to feel less like shit, they drink their sorrows down. Like, this is normal. The people did this in 1800s, 1900s. So I'm not saying that the traditional is the perfect way. I'm saying that the modern way now is really shit, but the traditional way wasn't as good either. That's why people, but it wasn't, but everyone says that it was better in the old days, but then some people say it still wasn't good, or it was really bad. Because sure, some things were better in the old days, but some things are better now. Now, in the modern world, we're free, we can make our own decisions, And I think it's beautiful to educate yourself, especially with this social media thing, because this changed my life. And yeah, you know dopamine, about stimulation, you know about reward system. You seek this thing that gave you this high dopamine stimulation thing, and your brain will seek at all times. It's like a drug. You seek this high dopamine, and this is a natural thing. Like the thing that is most fun in our life, we will seek that. So if recording this video is my funnest thing in the day, then I will seek this. And you can optimize this and abuse this, and you can check out my other videos. I talk about this a lot with my working hard video, and I think monk mode video as well. But you will form an addiction of being on the internet, and if you form an addiction of being on the internet, then you will always have these problems. Not the urgency to fix your life, not the urgency to fix your social life, and all these things. So it will be your biggest bottleneck in life. And you know this. If you have tried being tech-free or nomad style or whatever, and you pick up your phone, you scroll for some seconds. Yeah, the first second it's like, yeah, it doesn't feel that much. But if you've been there for like 10 minutes, you start feeling this brain-numbing feeling or whatever. It's like your brain is frying, and it's hard to explain, but maybe you have experienced this yourself. You can only relate if you've actually tried it. You feel this numbing when you go on your phone or on technology or whatever. You scroll, you check, you go on many tabs, you feel like shit after a while. But social media specifically influences your brain. That it's like too much inputs, it's too much for your brain to handle. And your brain need to analyze everything, so your brain cut corners. Why do you think attention span is shit? Because your brain needs to analyze everything, right? And if you have million things at the same time, your brain cannot analyze everything to 100%. So of course you're gonna be cut off. Your brain circuits are gonna be cut off halfway because your brain needs to analyze it. It's like a natural thing we have in us. We need to analyze everything you put in. So we need to analyze all the inputs we put in. We put in million inputs. You need to analyze them. But you can't, it's too much at the same time, it's too much scrolling. We're not designed for this. It's abusing, destroying our brain. So is it weird that you cannot focus for 5 seconds? But you have teach your brain, no, you should only think 4 seconds. Because your highest dopamine in life, your highest reward system, literally, in the old days, highest reward system, but diet, sleep, and all those things. If we didn't have those things, we would die. So your brain hasn't changed its ancestral time. So your brain will prioritize TikTok above everything else if that's your highest dopamine, right? So your brain will prioritize TikTok above all else, and it will adapt to your TikTok. So it will adapt to 3 seconds of attention span, or perhaps even less. And then you have millions of people. Like, imagine you're a caveman. You found some guy. He was either, you have never seen him, then he was probably a foe, or he's a friend. It was either a friend or a foe. He needs to show himself right away. Is he going to attack me, or is he going to flee? He's a part of another tribe. He's a danger. He's a potential danger. In the long term, he might attack the village. Is he a friend? Is he a friend of my mother? Is he a friend of my great bro, my grandfather? Is he a friend or a foe? Neutrality. What is that? You are a friend, a foe, or a weird creature or another species. What are you? And you might cope right now, but I have my friends. There might be some other benefits. How should I learn? How should I? Yes. There is certain benefits. It's those small benefits that really won't make your life better. Masking, social contact, dopamine, all these things. Are those worth poisoning your mind? I cannot tell you this is exactly what you do, but I encourage you and I recommend you that you think about this long and hard. A journaling session, literally go without technology, go out there in the real world, or oh, but I don't want to do that. Literally take your journal, stare in the wall like an autistic or whatever. Think, is this worth poisoning your mind? You form addiction, you waste your life, you wonder why you cannot get happiness, you wonder why you never make progress, you wonder why you're feeling depressed all the time. Well, this is a big component of that. And it's an addiction that, like, honestly, I can't say I'm totally over it, because I'm still struggling with it. It's really fucking hard to get over technology. And when you get home, you have worked hard, you hate your life, whatever, you really feel like numbing yourself or doing something that relieve the pain or the suffering, or you just feel bored and you want a YouTube video to watch or whatever. Like, sure, if it's education, then it's good, but most videos, most dopamine, most things, most of these technology actually do not restore you. But I need to unwind. It's yeah, fair. You actually need to unwind. Good that you mentioned that. But if you are to unwind, listen to yourself. But I need to unwind. Why can't I do tech? I need to unwind. Listen to me. Yes, you need to unwind. You're right. But you're not unwinding when you're hyper stimulating your brain. You're literally activating your brain. Your neurons firing faster than ever when you're in technology. So your brain is not resting when you go scrolling, when you do something, because your brain is hyperactive and you're boom, do, 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 do. You hear your heart rate in your brain boom, 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 going really fast. Your neurons are firing sky high really freaking fast. So unwinding is not something you do when you stimulate your brain further. And yeah, tech. You know this, you feel this brain numbing thing, you feel this, it's hyper stimulated, you need to take a break, whatever. Tech is further fatiguing you. If you're bored, if you're really bored and need tech to stimulate yourself, then the root problem is that your life is shit and you need to stimulate yourself. Because I found this myself. When I go to school, I get this feeling, like, even though I haven't done taking days, I still feel like I could probably go on tech, I could probably watch another video, I can do this. Because my life was so shit. Like, right now it's pretty good, you know, I'm working hard, I'm actually working on something that I think is important and purposeful. But even now I get these after school, especially because school has been really freaking shit. Like, school feels, you might, but you're just complaining, but it's not like school will move the needle right now. And even if it's purposeful or good, it's not something I should do in my monk mode thing, because my monk mode thing is going all in on one thing that I believe. Essentialism. The more things I do, I learn a language, I go to school, I do this and this and that. I am on this mode where I focus on just one thing, and I recommend that for anyone who is purposeful and working really hard on something they think is important. But this job and school, I don't like it, and it's not a part of this season which I'm in now, so it doesn't fit my life. It doesn't serve my life right now. What do you need to be on the lookout for? What do you need to be wary of? Notifications is a big one. Not only does it rob you of your attention, but when you click on that thing, you will inevitably increase your screen time, your phone usage. And most of the notifications come from a friend liking a picture, Discord, Teams, Instagram, like your picture, TikTok, like your video, like your you get the notifications from everything, and then you click on it. Whoa, because you got the notification, because you were disturbed, you were working, but then ding! Okay, I check my phone, because you reach for it instinctively when you hear ding, and then you click on it. Oh, someone liked your picture, you go on it, and then And then you check, oh, you comment on my video, oh. And then you reply back, and then you dev scroll, and then, oh, it's been 2 hours. And then you're late for a class, you haven't got any work done, you know, that's always life for you, right? And then I urge you to beware of the friends you're around. Like, this might sound a bit insane and very weird, but this is actually an important thing you cannot overlook. So I'm not forcing you to do this, but I'm urging you to think about it, at least. Being around people who don't have your best interest in mind. If they're real buddies, they will come over to you, they will call you. And if they're not your real buddies, then they will get repulsed by the idea that you're trying to quit video games, that you're trying to limit social media. When you say, I'm in the gym, I'm working hard now, oh, I have this thing, I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel, this thing, they're like, come back and play with us, guys, man. Then you have the answer there. Real buddies support you. Friends are a very important thing in your life. They support your life and whatever, right? You've heard this about all the time. But if they're just using you, they're like they're like, for the first time in weeks they've been talking to you, they invite you in a raid because they see you're online or something. They're using you for a mission, for a raid, for someone to play with because they're alone. They're not real friends. Sorry, but sometimes there are literally studies on this. By being around people who are low performers or people who are worse than you yourself get 40% worse. And this, I mean, this is like TikTok. If you're around TikTokers all the time, then you will be worse yourself. But if you're around successful people, you'll be 20% better. So 40% worse by being with bad guys, with unsuccessful, really not good people. And 20% better with being with good people. So you might be pretty good, but then you're around someone who's a bit better than you, then you will get 20% better by that. I won't get 40% worse. It's just that with the worst people, you know what it's hard to explain, but there are studies on this. So it might not be the fun answer. It might be hard for you, but you need to think yourself if they're really worth it. And the same study is that I said 40% worse with worse people and 20% better with good people. By yourself, you're 0. So it's better to be by yourself than with bad people. But being around successful people is better than being by yourself. So it might sound weird, but I don't know if you should detach. If you have no friends at all, then that might be bad as well. But literally being with yourself might be better than being with the worst people, the people who are only using you, because these people will come, call, they will notify you, they will, every time you put your computer on, you have Discord is out to start, because you can't disable Discord out start, they will call you, they will on Discord, not on phone, and they will test at you, come on, join Ray, do this. They disturb you, they take your time, they make you come back to the gaming session because we just like in the old days, guys, isn't this really fun? And so you have to think about this, analyze and obsess about it, and then you have the answer you're working for, because this is a full guide. Like, I'm not posting bullshit videos every day, I'm posting this because this is genuinely a full guide to technology. So I urge you to literally take notes, and while you're doing that, obsess about these questions, because you might have overlooked them, you might not have them in your mind, and that's good because you just improve yourself in your life. You cannot think of 10 things at the same time. You're trying to fix your sleep, you're trying to fix your diet, it is a lot. If you're new to this self-improved thing, if you're just been a video gamer and found that, it's actually real life, it's actually S-tier video game or whatever, then there are too much at the same time. So I recommend you watch a video, implement things in the video, and then watch next or whatever. But there are many important lessons you can learn here. So as an action step right now, one thing that you can do, like literally while watching this, that will literally help you a lot, is turn off every single notification, or manually going to settings notifications on every single app besides the phone app or the call app. Because Sure, if someone calls you, like literally on your number, like your parents, if your dad or your mom or your best friend calls you on cell, like literally on cell phone app. Oh, but it's an emergency. Yes, it's an emergency. If it's an emergency, they call you, and with the phone app. So turn off every notification besides the phone app. So I've found out that turn off every single notification might actually be worse, because then you will feel like, oh, but what if it's an emergency and all that stuff? Yes, then they cannot reach you probably if you have zero notification. But have only one phone notification, because if they call you, like for real, even though it's not an emergency, it's like they called you for real, like they have something important to tell you, or they're real friends calling you literally by your number, not on some Instagram and Facebook site. So do that right now, even though it's iPhone, Apple, no, that's the same thing. iPhone, Samsung, Nokia, whatever phone you have, Android or iOS, whatever phone you have, you can manually turn off all notifications besides the phone app. So that's something you can do right now that will really help you. Like, because I have been disturbed so many times from notifications. Like, you're not. It's not worth being disturbed by someone ding 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 ding, because even if you don't get the notification, even if you turn on don't disturb mode and have notifications, then when you check your phone you will just click on it and then you will go into your normal scroll. So you could have don't disturb mode on, because call will still go through. If you have don't disturb mode, no notifications besides phone, then you're not getting disturbed, and when you check your phone you don't have a million messages, and that's a good thing. We don't want that positive reinforcement in tech. Like, it's not serving you at all. Like, those small benefits, no, it's not worth it. You get much bigger benefits by not. And yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. Tech also creates that feeling it's important. It's like urgency, it's important. Yeah, the only thing that's actually important if it's an emergency, someone calls you. So not turning off notification on phone app is literally all you need for tech to be useful in that way. And you know it's an addiction because addicts, they protect their thing. They protect their alcohol, they protect their anime, they protect their phone usage. The only reason you're protecting it, even though you know it takes so much of your time, and even though it's taking happiness from you in a way, you're still protecting it. You're still coping because it's an addiction. And this is addiction. So if you're defending it, even though you hear all these negatives, and even though you know yourself that you feel a bit numb, you feel a bit bad every time you're on technology, then it's an addiction. If you're still protecting it, it's an addiction. I just want that mindset in your mind, right? It's an addiction. And we know that addictions are the biggest bottlenecks in our life. You cannot get around this. It is the biggest bottleneck in your life. Because if you're spending hours in technology, being addicted to technology, then your brain will focus on technology instead of the thing that you want it to focus on. Well, sure, if you want your brain to stimulate you 24/7, you want TikTok to be the biggest purpose of your whole life, then fine. But I don't think most people like to spend their time consuming, and they're never making any progress. Because if you're this guy, then you will inevitably have to get a job, right? And when you get that job, you hate your life even more, and then everything goes downhill there. So I think most people want life to go up in the long term and the short term. They want to feel good the days they're working towards the thing, and they want to feel amazing when they get that goal. And we know this, that addicts do not think logically. No logic. And they obsess over this thing. The alcohol is like, quitting alcohol is like the most important thing in my life, and then I never succeed. It's very sad. And a fun fact I learned about, like, I don't know if this statistics is true, but I learned it from a very good book, and I myself can testify that it's somewhat true. I don't know if the percentage is true, but I know it's kind of true. Just by clicking on your phone, mental health will decrease by 6 to 8%. I know this by just being on my phone for even seconds. You start feeling a bit of brain. I'm still feeling a little bit worse. So it's not weird that this statistic might be true. But as promised, I will not pull thing from my ass. And I have tried everything I will share. So I've covered 1, how most people use technology. 2, the dangers of technology. 3, how to minimize tech usage. What to keep and what to replace with. Minimize the usage. This might sound extreme what I'm about to tell you. But extreme thoughts, extreme implementations can lead to extreme results. If you're not willing to be extreme in this area, or if you're not willing to be extreme when it comes to building money, getting money, building muscle, improving your happiness, then if you're balancing a bit of happiness, a bit of what I usually do, a bit of this and this, and a bit of poison, a bit of addiction, a bit of... We never wanted a balanced life, right? We wanted a very successful life, because we might want some social balance, exercise balance, and working balance, but right now you're sitting there depressed, and the 1 hour video game thingy, the 1 hour of not working, the 1 hour of the Pomodoro techniques, they haven't worked for you. You're still struggling with parts of your life. So what you need to do to make some progress in this area, this technology, this brain-numbing thingy, is see technology in social media as a poison. You need to see your addiction as a poison. You need to think, but I will quit when I want to. I will quit smoking at 30, whatever, when I need to. No. Think of it as a poison. I want to get rid of this toxin out of my body as quickly as possible. I want to get rid of this social media addiction as quickly as possible. This alcohol, this dopamine stimulation, this video game, this tech scrolling, even though I don't even have social media. You need to think of all this as poison and instant gratification. If you're not completely new to this self-help, self-improvement thingy, then you know what delayed and instant gratification is. It's part of dopamine detox. Instant gratification gives you quick pleasure but makes your life worse over time. Delayed gratification is a bit hard but makes you happy in the long term. So it's hard to work for hours in your business, it's hard to exercise, it's hard to do this, but it will make your life much better. It's easy to click on TikTok, but it will make your life worse. It's easy to play an hour of video game or 2 hours, 3 hours. It's easy to eat a cake, but it doesn't help your life. It makes it worse in the long term. So you need to see this as the biggest bottleneck in your life. And bottlenecks work, it's like what's holding you back. If you eliminate this thing, then you will make so much more progress in everything. That's what it literally analogy about bottlenecks. If you've been a tech nerd or whatever, because you clicked on this video, you know about tech. I've actually known about, I've been building my own computer, like I know some stuff, and I know that if you have a, let's say CPU, you have a very weak CPU, but you have a good graphic card, you won't get 100% of it. And the same thing, if you have a very strong CPU and a very weak GPU, you won't be able to use the whole CPU, whatever thing. You won't get the processing power you want. But if you have this best CPU and this worst graphic card, just by changing that graphic card, you will get so much more, because that was the bottleneck. Your computer was literally only performing at 10% because your graphic card wasn't allowing it more. But if you change that part, you will get so much more. So this analogy works in real life as well. So you have one area where you're very weak in, and then once you fix that thing, then you will get, let's say you're really jacked, you're best in fitness, you can make so much money, but your social skills are sucks. The moment you fix your social skills, and your life will compound, because that was your bottleneck in life. And technology usage for many hours, numbing your brain, not being happy, might be the biggest bottleneck. So this might be your biggest bottleneck of mental health, of finding your purpose, of being happy generally, of making any progress. This might be the bottleneck of progress, of happiness and fitness as well, because you might not feel like going to the gym because you are so addicted to these things. And you need to realize this mindset that it's not worth justifying using these things. The negatives far outweighs the positives. And if you need to use this technology for some things, maybe you need to go reply to emails, maybe you need to watch some podcast or whatever, like, schedule it. Don't just mindlessly, oh, I feel like going on a podcast when you schedule reading for 3-4 hours. If you need to do these things, then do it mindfully. Not only, meditate while you do tasks. No, this bullshit doesn't work. You have heard people saying, oh, you should meditate, you should eat the cake and then think, how did I feel now, how did I? No, don't do like that. If you are to use it, schedule it. I'm gonna watch a podcast in this 3-4 hours. So if you're gonna do it, then schedule it. Because you won't feel bad because it's scheduled then. But I don't recommend using it that much. But if you need to watch a podcast, you need to reply to emails. Maybe go on I will reply to emails Saturdays and Sundays at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. whatever. You can schedule whatever and then you will do those tasks at that time. And perhaps this might work for you. It works well sometimes, but sometimes not. So this is a kind of maybe thingy. And that is increasing the friction. Because I did this on my computer, I eliminated, I did something on my YouTube. There was these extensions on YouTube. I will actually show you in the end of this video. But there's extension on the YouTube thingy that I cannot see comments, see suggested videos. It's completely empty, my home page or whatever. So I could only, if I wanted that scroll, that bad habit, I need to go on my phone, but I usually never use my phone. I was always on my computer, so I was literally not exposed to all those many things at the screen. Because you know this, you see a notification and you will instinctively click on it because it's a bell and it says, ooh, you have missed something or whatever. It's really, social media's really made it, really fucked your brain, because you will instinctively click on it when you see a bell and a red icon. Oh, you missed 3 messages, unread messages. So what to replace tech with? This is very individual for you. I'm not gonna tell you, this is exactly what you do, this is exactly what you do, because that is different for everyone. But what I can tell you is that you need to find something purposeful in life. And why do I talk about purpose all of a sudden? This was a technology guide. Well, for once, it was about 1.5 weeks ago. You know what I did? I went, take free for 3 days. I had my notebook. I wrote, and then realizations came by me walking and being off technology. And I found that the path I'm doing now, the thing I'm recording right now, is my right path. So my purpose was what I'm doing now. That's at least what my brain told me, and this was when I was not stimulated and, oh, how can I get most money, how can I do this? No, what's the thing I want to do long term? Could I, as a personal brand, could I do this for long term? Yes, personal brand is me, so I can do me, and if me is healthy, then I can do this long term. So that's what I found. And then I went monk mode on it, meaning I sacrificed everything. I went all in on it. So I went all in on reading, learning, and deep work recording these videos. And naturally, as finding my purpose was educating people, right? And synthesizing what I've learned. That's my purpose and goal right now. And then I of course want to help people with that, but my goal is literally learning and things I'm interested in. These things, because there are things I've learned, things that have helped my life, have made me more focused, have increased my energy, all these things. I want to share those things with you, and that's a beautiful thing, I think, I believe. So as a result of this purpose and goal and a direction to work towards, I will naturally eliminate any things that doesn't bring value to the table. I will eliminate all things, even small tasks, commenting on videos. So you might not see me commenting. You might see this video and like, oh my god, amazing, but I won't comment on it perhaps. I don't know, because my purpose is just giving you the knowledge here. So I won't have time to scroll on TikTok. It will rob me of my work, because I literally schedule every minute of my day. I'm either recording, scripting, exercising, out running in the sun, or reading. That's all I do. I do reading, recording, scripting, and I do exercise, sunlight for general health, so I can record better videos and me feel healthier. Because when I feel healthier, I feel like I can do more, get more done, help you more in a way. So, fun breaks. I won't do it. I won't go on TikTok every single time. I won't get addicted to TikTok every single time, because I don't use it. TikTok does not serve me, because I honestly, most social media don't serve me, because they're the same clickbait, the same thing. Top 7 ways to get better mental health, journaling, exercise, and then they sit in their room. They haven't even meditated for the last days. They talk this shit all the time. They copy what someone else said. They haven't even tried it themselves. They're like obese. They're saying, oh, you should do this, you should do this. So I only do the things that serve me, and what I can tell you some things that serve me. Walk in solitude with no technology, literally just walk, no plan, with a journal with your hand or something. You do healthy and boring breaks. Maybe you walk in solitude, or maybe stare in the wall, maybe meditate, maybe do this. But naturally, so there's not a one answer, like, yeah, this do, because you would love this. You would love 7 ways you can do to improve your mental health. You would love me just telling you, do this, and I will talk about the things that help me in the end of the video, but don't skip there, because you cannot skip there. There are much more important steps you need to follow right here, and literally stare into my eyes. Get the most value from the videos. But I need to tell you once again, because you might not understand this. Once again, it's up to you. It's not the sexy answer, but what is your purpose in life? What is the thing you want to work towards? This might be a business. It might be, yeah, I'm really focusing on fitness. I'm really focusing on getting a girlfriend. I'm focus all in on that then. And then, what habits will help me? Well, call approaching will help you if you want to get girls. And improving your social skill will help. Maybe getting jacked, they will get attracted by you having a aesthetic body, whatever. Maybe not being tired all the time, being present, meditating, so the girls will, connect more with you and act like yourself. Cold approach, be authentic. They will be attracted to real you. All these things as an example. Or it might be fitness. Yeah, eating 4 times a day. So they might say, oh, but fasting is better. It's healthier. Yeah, it might be healthier. But what is your purpose building fitness? Yeah, you need to eat. You need to eat if you have muscle hypertrophy. You train for hours. Maybe two workouts a day, 4 meals a day, whatever that gets you to the goals. And business might be, yeah, only eating once, maybe twice, maybe running, maybe going to the gym for a little while to keep fitness up, but most of the time spent on business, synthesizing things you have learned and all those things. So it's individual. It's different for people trying to get girls, for trying to get money, for trying to get muscle. And whatever things you want to focus on, it's different for each purpose, right? So a thing you can do, replace, note taking on your phone, on your computer, whatever. I have found out that the task, doing them in analog form, literally a real journal, notebook, a reel, writing in this thing. I don't know if you can see the text. Oh, I suck at I suck at writing. I really do. But my point is that if you do it analog, like real notebook, then you will draw more potential from it. Like, this is not something, oh, but you read about this, but you don't know anything. I tried this myself. I literally got more points, like literally this whole script. Oh yeah, it's on a poor PowerPoint, but you know what I did? Can you guess what I did? Well, I sat myself down, I took my pen, right, and the notebook, wrote every point down. So this whole script for this video. So literally this video is brought to you by me just sitting and journaling on pen and paper. Because I tried this, because I wanted to implement it myself before I say, this, you better do this, and then I haven't done it myself. I did it myself and it worked really fucking well. And yeah, I don't know about this, but I do know that it brought up more potential. I can say that for sure, because I tried myself. Yeah, I figured more stuff out. Felt more valuable. I remember better. When you write down pen and paper, you remember the things you write down as well. So you remember better what you just write, and you got more from your head, because your head is aiding you more when it's not stimulated by technology. It felt more valuable. And I didn't get that 6 or 8% mental health increase by clicking on my phone or computer or whatever. So I was happier, I got more value, I remember everything better. So what I did was, video ideas and scripting was in my notebook or my papers, and then I copied that to the PowerPoint, and then as a result I got better script, less technology usage. Win-win. And now education, because this might be a big question, but how do I do, like, literally tech-free or less technology? Because all my education is in technology. There's something called books. It's the unsexy answer that no one wants to talk about for some reason, but it's cheap, it's very valuable, it helps your attention span. Especially books, in my opinion, is like the best way to educate yourself, besides trying it in your real life. Because you can read 20 books, but if you've tried nothing in your real life, then it won't help you. Because the two most important things you can possibly do is reading a book and then implementing in your real life. Those go hand in hand, and perhaps a long podcast can help, but reading a book and implement it in your real life. That's the best education you can ask for. And this video, can you guess what I did? I read a whole book. I read the Digital Minimalism book. I'm gonna tell you, it's the same author as Deep Work. Cal Newport, I think it's called. Let me just check so I don't talk shit. Digital Deep Work author Cal Newport, yeah. So reading, I'm not gonna bullshit you, I actually read on tech in a way, but it's kind of analog as well. It's a combination of the two. Storytel Reader, it's like Kindle, it's very similar. But if I turn this on, see if I can actually turn it on. Oh, it takes a while. I will wait until it's open. But this Kindle, this reader, Storytel Reader, it's very similar to real books, because it's like, I can show you, it feels really similar. And this is a big level up from going on your PDF on your computer or whatever. It's a really big difference, and you can see here, like, just the page here. I don't know, it's really bad light, I'm really sorry for this. But there, now it seems to be loading up. I'm reading East Regeneration right now. But let's see here. Turn on the brightness, because you can't see shit, because I read this when I was sleeping, so I was literally having the lowest brightness with yellow light, so I could sleep very well. But you see here, can you see? But it's very similar to a book. It's like less of a, it's more similar to a real book than a than reading on your PDF and your computer. So that could be a thing you do. I literally bought a Kindle. It's very easy. It's easy to read. You can get books easily. You can also get books from library and stuff, but there's some friction to it. If you're really struggling with reading, then perhaps it's a really good thing that you buy a Kindle, and I recommend it because it feels almost as reading a real book. So it's a good step in the right direction. And then you won't randomly, if you read on your phone and you will randomly go to YouTube, you randomly go to Instagram, you randomly go to TikTok. If you read on the computer, you will randomly going to do something else, change task, go on another tab. It's like distracting, and I found myself not being able to do that because the only thing you can do on that reader is read. So you can't bullshit that way. And I could also say it's much better than most content, and what you're watching right now is unedited. I haven't edited a single time. This is me speaking, giving education. Watch unedited educational video while being mindful. Full screen, not changing tabs, not listen to music while you listen to me. Literally only listen to me, stare into my eyes. This will give you a lot of education as well. When tired, what the hell should I do then? Because I tell you right now that, as I said before, if you listen thoroughly on this video and listen from the start to this point, then you know that after school or work, then that leisure time, that's 3 hours before bed or whatever. You come home at 5 and your bedtime is maybe 10 or 11. Mine is 8, so I only have 3 hours. 5 to 8 is my leisure time. And sometimes I feel like going on YouTube, feel on doing something with technology, feel like watching something. But if you replace that time, it's really difficult. And I'm not gonna tell you it's easy. And if you're on the lookout, then I will make a next video. I think it will air some days from this point on. It will be a habitful guide. And I won't have any bullshit there in that video either. But a thing you can do is replace that leisure time by watching these hours. It's easier said than done, but if you can replace those after work and school, right? Replace watching for hours. Spend that time sharpening the axe instead. This is what I found out. There's this cool saying that I really, sympathize with, or whatever you can say it's called. But you're working, right? You spend more time sharpening your axe and your work will be better, right? I don't think the saying was that. It was paraphrasing right now, but literally that analogy, I don't know exactly what the quote was, but you spend more time sharpening your axe than doing the work. So you might record for 4 hours. Like what I'm doing, I might record 2-3 of these full guides. And I've recorded for about 1 hour and 10 minutes or something right now. So I spend 3-4 hours recording. And then I spend the rest of the time, the rest hours, so like 8-9, maybe more than double the time what I'm recording. So I'm recording 4 hours, I'm spending more than 8 hours sharpening the axe. That's how you get much better in everything. And when you're tired, like I can't force you to record a video, this 1 hour video after school when you're really tired, you just want to sleep, get to bed, or watch some technology. Like when you're really tired, then spend that time sharpening the axe. Get in bed with a Kindle, read, maybe have a notebook if there's something very interesting, write it down, but spend time sharpening the axe. So what I do is I do the hardest work, eat the frog, it's called analogy, where it's this, it's like eat the frog. It's like you have this 3-course meal, right? You have you need to eat the frog in one of these 3 meals. First meal is like steak, and then steak and steak, whatever. It's like a lot of steak, perhaps some potatoes, perhaps some of this. But you have to eat the frog in one of these 3 meals, right? If you eat the frog right now, then you will have done it already, and then you can enjoy your steak dinner for a long time, for the second, the third, like the rest of the feast, the rest of the hours talking to people, you will enjoy good steak. But you're forced to eat this frog. Some people, they choose to eat the good steak. Oh yeah, eat the good steak. But then on the back of their mind, they're like, I have to eat the frog, right? And then they keep eating the good dinner. Oh, good, amazing, amazing, amazing. And then they're there. I need to eat the frog. It tastes like I can't eat anymore. I've eaten so much good steak and all that fun. And now I need to eat the frog. Those people who eat the darn frog first thing. That's a successful trait. You eat that frog instantly. First thing in the morning. Not in the end of the day. The end of the day when you have enjoyed the dinner. When you're 2 a.m. when you need to sleep. And now you need to do the hardest, most painful thing. If you do it 6 p.m. it was disgusting as hell. But now I've eaten the frog. Now I have all my steak. And to 2 a.m. I can talk whatever. I can have fun the rest of the feast. So what I do is I do the hardest work when I wake up. It's 7 a.m. now. I'm recording this video. Yeah, sure, I woke up 5. I woke up a bit late today. I don't know why I sleep so much lately. But I went to bed at 8 p.m. I slept to 5. So I slept like 9 hours or something. But I do the hardest work when I wake up. So I'm not gonna chill or do anything else until I've recorded the videos I said I'm gonna record 3 videos, and this is my first one, right? So I'm gonna record these 3 videos. I said I'm gonna do this, so I'm gonna do this as early as possible, when I have as much energy as possible. I do the hardest thing first, so the rest of my day is reading, exercising, and that's it. Maybe go to school, because I have to do that, but I start like at 2 p.m. Funnily enough, I start really late today. It's because it's the last week before summer break or whatever. I think that's a reason. But spend your time sharpening the axe when you're tired. So actually when you're tired, like later in the day, after like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. when you're tired, spend that time sharpening the axe instead. That's a good tips I can give you. And there was this thing from the brain I heard, like doing something hard, like doing something that is mentally hard, like you really feel like playing video games, but you read instead, or you really feel like playing video games, but you go and exercise instead, doing something hard, and this is hard for you. Reading might be hard for you when you're really addicted to something else, and yeah, it might be, or exercising. It's really hard for you to get to the gym when you really don't feel like it. If it's hard, and after you've done it, your brain will rest better if you have been doing technology. So if 3 hours before bed, instead of going to technology, watching, doing this, maybe scripting the last thing even though you're really tired. Maybe reading for hours and then writing notes and whatever even though you're really tired will make you sleep better. Because you hear this. When you have got hard works done, when you have gotten so much purposeful work done, when you have done so much good work and you feel happy about yourself, I've exercised, I've done so much hours of business, then you will sleep so much better by doing that. Your sleep will be so much better with that. And I literally come home 4 p.m. as I said. I worked to 7 and then 7 to 8 I read and then I slept, right? I slept so good because I knew that I had gotten 3 hours after school and in the morning I got like 2-3 hours. I worked 6 hours, read and all those things. I feel amazing and I slept very well, soundly. And when doing this, when replacing this with maybe watching technology, maybe scrolling, doing something hard, maybe reading something else, will help you, because instead of brain numbing, you will do brain rejuvenation, and you will get more happy the next day and better next day. You're setting your future self up for success, and not only your future self, but your tomorrow self for success, because maybe tomorrow, like I did, I said I was going to record 3 videos. So my tomorrow self, I'm recording this 3 video, because I know recording 3 full guides is not easier. Much easier said than done. But I did everything. I knew that this reading instead of doing technology, doing all these things, prepare myself to tomorrow, finishing the script that I was recording the next day, would save me so much time, and just so the next day, today, I can just focus on it. On these videos, recording these videos. So I prioritize my future self, my tomorrow self. So when going about your day, what section was I again? How to minimize what to replace with. Yeah, okay. So some quick implementation you can make is when going about your day, because you have probably waited for this for a long time, and eliminate the urge to look things up on your phone. Because I know this, even though I'm not on social media, I'm not doing all these things, but sometimes I get these thoughts of, oh, how was it? Why am I tired on carnivore? Why am I this and this? And you have these problems in your life, you try to search, and then, yeah, sure, you might think that's a good reason, but be honest. You usually spend that half an hour trying to scroll and find the answer. You know what's more productive and useful? Tell you right now, it's simple. You get a notebook, you get a pen, you write down the problem, and then you underline it or circle it, and then you do it later. Oh, procrastination. No, it's not. Because your school starts in 20 minutes or you're in the middle of recording. Write down what you're going to think about or whatever thing. Instead of getting the urge to look something up because you're in the middle of class, you're like, I need to do this, then just write it down and then underline it and things, so because then you know later I will journal about this. And you will find that most of the time it's things you already have answers to, or most of the time you'll be able to find the answer in like minutes of journaling very quickly. And then you save yourself the annoyance of trying to find an answer and using your phone. You will be happier the day, and you will actually have found a better solution than the one people said. So that's a thing I can recommend for you. And when you have your phone, put it in the bag. Put it on like this, only have phone app notifications on, have non-disturb mode. Put it in the bag and you will literally forget it. Like, there are times I forgot in school I had phone with me. I turned my phone and then forgot I had the phone with me. Funnily enough, I'm not, and that's a good sign. I don't even care about my phone, but yeah. Put your phone in bag so you don't have to turn it in, because if you're like crazy as me, then you will forget it. Nice tip. So instead of doing like all these people on breaks, they scroll on phone, they even pick up their phone, they might even not do anything, they just pick up the phone because, I don't know, they're just on their phone, they haven't even turned it on, they just have a phone in the hand. It's like they need to see the phone to feel safe, whatever shit. Suffer through that urge. As I said, suffer through the urge of looking things up, but I also suffer through the urge of picking it up without reason. You need to be mindful when you're picking it up. And if you're taking notes on the phone, then you can do that, but I recommend doing it on a notebook. And you will find that if you don't have that urge to look something up, you write it down, and then you have the urge to pick up a phone or whatever. You put your journal instead. And maybe you have a reading pad with me. Like I bring this thing to school. This reading pad to school. So every time on a break or whatever, I read instead. Or maybe I've done the school test and I read instead. Because that's a part of my business. I'm learning. And it's much better than going on your phone. And it's easier for me to say, oh, don't do anything, just sit there in the wall. Because we know this, we won't do this. It's hard and it's not going to happen. We need to be realistic as well. So always have a notebook, journal close by. If you need to get your thoughts down on paper, need to write down something you need to look at later, all these things, then have a journal with you always at all times. So now I've covered these 3 steps. 4, how to use technology optimally and not let it control you. Well, as I said, eliminate everything that is not aligned to your purpose. Consider sacrificing lower value tasks. There might be things with small benefits, but if they're not really moving the needle, like if I'm not scripting, recording, or reading, then I'm literally wasting time, even though I'm replying to comments, I'm doing these things, I'm getting a new picture in my PowerPoint. No, what will actually move the needle? And that is recording, scripting, and reading and learning new stuff, so don't just talk out of my ass, because I promised you in this video that I would not pull things out of my ass. So things, really quick implementation or mindsets you can get in your system. How to use tech to invest in your future self. Use technology to buy books. Use technology to make money on it. Use money to social media business, right? Make money on it. Buy books. Install YouTube extension, so it will save time every time you're on the platform. Educate yourself and be mindful of the damage it can cause. Such as this video. Educate yourself. This long unedited content that won't fuck up your dopamine and all that stuff. Educate yourself. Be mindful. Use technology in these ways. And make your decisions logically. Ideally aligned to your goals. So now I'm gonna show you YouTube extension showcase. Now I'm gonna be off cam for a little bit, because I'm gonna be on my knees here. So I'm gonna show you right now. You go here on a web store. It's action recept. Follow me. Follow me. You see here, distraction free YouTube. Deactivate, activate. You go on options. You can see these: hide feed, hide autoplay, hide sidebar, hide comments, all this stuff. But so distraction free YouTube is the first one. So go on web store here, and DFTube. Download this right now. Good. And then we go to hide latest video performance. Hide latest video. There, YouTube. Download this as well. Hide YouTube thumbnail. Why can't I find it? Huh. There. Take this one. Hide YouTube thumbnails, it's called. Good. So download that as well. This is much faster. Damn it. Hide YouTube viewers and ratings. I download this as well, so you won't see this shit that's just fucking up with your brains. There, download this as well. No YouTube Studio comment widget. This one, no YouTube comment widget. And then unhook. Unhook, remove YouTube recommendations and shorts. You want mindless scrolling on shorts. This will really help you when you're in computer especially. So you will only get shown, I can show you the YouTube how it looks for me. So this, unhook, remove YouTube recommendation shorts. And then this one, view count hider for youtube.com. So download all of them. And then I'm gonna show you what options you should have marked. And this. view count title for YouTube comp. So once looks here, you don't see 1,000,000 views, 500 views. It's just artistic. Fucks up your brain in so many ways. It's insane, man. Ad blocker I don't even use on YouTube because it's illegal. But if we go on YouTube here, click on YouTube. Look at my YouTube. Oh crap, this was some video. But look here. Nothing on my YouTube feed. Oh, this is my channel. But you see here, I've got my subscribers here. I'll click on Dr. Anthony Shaffer, a really good doctor. I really respect him. But you see here, I cannot see, like, they're blurred. I can see the time. I can see this educational video because it's like 2 hours. I see no views. I click on it. Look, 2 days ago, no comments. I can't scroll down. Look. I can literally not even scroll down. I cannot see even live comments. I cannot see anything. This is literally YouTube. Oh, did I have adblock on? I didn't mean that. But it doesn't make a difference. You see here, I cannot see anything. Oh yeah, maybe if I artistically click on that. But you see, I can't really look views, look doing all these things. Because yeah, sure, I can search whatever, but if there's a channel I really like I consume a lot from this guy with carnivore diet and stuff. He was literally the one who helped me with my diet or whatever. I watch his videos, then I click on the video. And then they're here talking for a long time. Right? And no comments. So I literally click full screen. And then maybe subtitles on, and then I watch. It's that easy. And yeah, I was going to show you distraction-free YouTube options. Hide feed, autoplay, hide related videos, hide sidebar, hide comments. That's what I did. And then highlight this video performance. I literally just downloaded it. I think I didn't do any more settings with it. Hide YouTube thumbnails, I only installed it. And then I took thumbnail display mode, blurred, disable extension, none of these things. And then YouTube. Oh shit! Oh, sorry, that wasn't a part of the plan. Here, hide the views and watching now, and then hide the ratings, hide the subscribers, hide the comments rating. All these are on, so I can hide that stuff. No YouTube comments. Widget, it's on. No other settings. Unhook. I have hide video sidebar, recommendations, live chat, playlist, Funderizer, end screen, feed cards, hide shorts, hide comments, hide merch tickets offers, hide notifications, hide in-app search result, hide more from YouTube, hide disable autoplay, annotations, all these things, and then view count, hider. I just downloaded it. Good, then you should be armed. Good. Took a while, but I promise you it was a full guide, and I'm gonna educate yourself. I'm not gonna edit things, I wasted this and this. No, I showed you genuinely what I did, exactly what I did. Good. Then now I've showed you how to use technology optimally and not let it control you. How to minimize tech usage, what to keep, what to replace with, the dangers of technology, and what most people use, how most people use technology. Last step. Implementations you can do right now. I am a big believer and a big pusher of take a walk in solitude with zero tech. Yeah, walk in solitude, with your brain in solitude. No tech, walk, don't even overthink it, don't statistically focus on it, just take a solitude walk. It's that easy, right? And then, as I said, find something that you can align everything to. Monk mode, go all in on that thing. Take that walk. Like this was how I found the path. Like I was alright like a month ago, but it wasn't the right thing. Like it wasn't the right purpose. Like how I find the right purpose was as simple as taking a solid walk. Like it is honestly that simple, because technology and being numbed by your brain numbing, all this stuff is probably a reason why you still struggle with what the hell should I do in life. Take a solitude walk. It really worked for me, at least. And it worked. I remember it worked for me a year ago as well. It's like the only thing that actually works. Staring in the wall with a journal didn't work. Doing this and that didn't work. Dopamine detox didn't work. The only thing that worked was taking a solitude walk with no technology, no plan. Maybe have a journal and then write down what you find out. That's the only thing that actually worked for me. And of course, monk mode aligned to that thing. Go all in on it. Sacrifice everything that is not. Because yeah, you sure there might be healthy things. You even sacrifice some healthy things because you need to focus all in on this thing. Because that's what the first thing that came to mind. That's the most important thing. And you go all in on that. I give you the blessing to do that. Eliminate everything that does not align completely. Like even if it does a little, like if it's not the most important thing, recording, scripting, learning, education, reading, maybe this video, if this is your education, then remove everything else. Perhaps even, I'm telling you right now, perhaps even remove this if you're coping and watching this right now. Perhaps even take a break from this. Like, this doesn't help me to say, oh no, don't watch my video, because I might get less views from that, but I promised you that I was gonna not give you any BS. So eliminate everything that does not completely align or benefit you enough for this new goal that you have gotten, perhaps for this solitude walk, because that worked for me. That's why I'm a big pusher of this. So detach from everything that's holding you back, and might be fake friends, it might be things that's not helping you achieve your goal, maybe studying for hours in school, maybe do the minimum so their parents don't call you out and destroy your life and whatever. Educate yourself in an area by reading. So spend more time sharpening the axe. So when you find this purpose thingy, work for hours, work hard, but also be willing to sharpen the axe and actually spend more time sharpening the axe. That's what I can really recommend for you. So spend time fixing your health, spend time reading as well, not only work. Because I did at least 150 videos and I progressed nothing. Like I got the work done. I did daily uploads for 150 days. Some days I even recorded 5 videos. But you won't make any progress if you just do that. You need to educate yourself. Spend more time sharpening the axe. Spend time improving your health as well, but also go all in on this thing. So you go all in on business, then go all in on reading, because that's the best thing you can sharpen the axe for, in my opinion. That's the thing that helped me the most. So if you're to do some shallow works, then schedule them. Don't feel bad about them. Maybe take a break every monk mode. After you worked hard for like 25 days, worked really fucking hard, and take a break. Schedule it. Today I'm gonna do whatever. It might not be aligned, but you have scheduled it so you will feel less like shit. So that's a tip for you. And then do that in that block. Whatever you want in that block. And take your notes. Most of your notes in analog form. It can bring out even more potential. When tired, unwind without tech. You will feel less fatigued actually by unwinding with something else than tech. Like really unwinding, because unwinding with tech is not really unwinding. We know this at this point. So, congratulations. You made it through this whole guide and you've been able to listen to me talk for almost 2 hours here. 1.5. And now you have the tools to finally be able to fill that dark void that has been clogged you for years. You know that numbing your brain will not give you the answers, and you always feel empty when you're in that space, endless death scroll for longer periods of time. You don't know how to abuse and take advantage rather than it abusing you. Take advantage of itself, controlling it rather than it controlling you. You're aware of the dangers, and I hope you're educated to make logical decisions of your own rather than you're addicted and large your brain or what someone else told you. So, best regards as always. Good luck.